Season 2. Low-key trash.
Look, we have a voice.
How you gonna get better the next day?
From the bathroom counting money to negotiating contracts.
Getting your voice out there and identifying your voice.
We want to get ahead of the police, seeing us as criminals.
Sharing opportunity, you know.
We want to get it back to a space where lyrics matter and there's substance behind what you're saying.
Low-key trash. I'm Berg, and I'm here with the man.
Yes, sir.
Tell him.
You wasn't going to give me like an introduction?
Nah. You gonna tell these.
Yo, what up, man? My name is Dub Aura. I come from Harlem World, New York City. You know, I don't never know how to give myself an introduction. I don't really know how to do
Nah,
that.
because no, you. I mean, I guess
It's hard.
you deserve an introduction, but I feel like you could do your introduction better justice than I could.
Yeah.
Because I just respect your word.
Thank
So
you.
I don't want to do it right, do it wrong. I want to let you, and then we're going to take care of it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
let's
saying?
do it. Yep.
So, low-key trash, thank you for coming on with us today. We out here. We're in Brooklyn.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to
Thank you.
the
Thank you for having me.
the stew. We out here.
Yeah, this is a good vibe in here. Silas got the candles burning.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to set the mood.
Mood's been set. So tell us where you from. Where you from, Dub?
I'm from Harlem. Yep, 122nd, 7th Avenue. That's downtown Harlem for those that's familiar with the town. But yeah, from Harlem.
So you have always stayed in Harlem? Your
No,
whole
I
life?
stayed in the Bronx for about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Forest Projects. But, you know, it was very short-lived. No pun.
Yeah, you I mean, when I was introduced to you, it was in Harlem. We were shooting videos. You know, Axe Granny TV. You were like one of the first videos,
That's
first
solid.
couple that I ever shot.
Yeah. Yep.
Period. You know, never mind with the whole everything that we had going on.
Yeah.
But when did you like originally start rapping? Like, what was your first interaction with rapping and a beat?
I want to say like 10, 11 years old. My cousin was an artist and he had a deal with an independent label. And, you know, I just would see him, how consistent he was with the music. And I kind of picked up on it, you know, just from being around it. And then I learned that, you know, my father was around it. My father was like indulging a little bit. So, it was just something that I picked up on naturally. And, you know, it's cliche to say everybody say that, but that's like a real thing. Like, I just picked up on it, and I think I wrote my first rap at about 8 or 9, and then I recorded my first song at like 10, 11.
Yeah, it was already like basically instilled in you.
Yeah,
It was already in your head that you was about to rap.
yeah. I didn't think I was good at that time. It just was something, like it was a hobby at that point.
Yeah, it's a hobby, but like, I mean, you already knew. Like, you still rapping out years later.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
So, I mean, with your father rapping, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's instilled in you.
Yep.
Like, when did you decide to start taking it seriously, though?
I want to say about 14. I had a meeting with Sony, and I played them a bunch of records that I just had, like, you know, from a bunch of records that I've been working on, and I was kind of impressed with the feedback. You know, they was just like, yo, he's tall, he's Chinese, Puerto Rican, and black, and you know, your voice is distinctive, and you know, you don't look like nobody, and your music is dope. And at that point, I was just like, and this was the same person that signed Cash Money in them and gave them like all that money. So I was like, oh shit, like, you know, I might really have something.
Dollar signs.
Yeah. So yeah, it was at that point, like, and then I had met like somebody from Missy's camp that same day, and Missy Elliott, and they was just like, yo, man, take our card. Yo, they like put their chain on me and shit. This is like me at 14, yeah. And I was just like, that's kind of crazy, because I was just doing it as a hobby. And just to see the reaction from the people that was in that industry was like, oh, you know, I might really have something.
Yeah, that's like some That's like some motivating shit. You
Yeah,
know, like a lot
hell
of
yeah.
people don't have that type of experience. Everybody has their own shit, but like not many people are exposed to those
Yeah.
type of people at that level.
Yeah.
Especially then. You talking about 14? Missy Elliott. That's like that was the shit. Like she was rapping better than most niggas
but
at that time.
you know what? It might have been 13, like 12 or 13. Might have been, but early teens.
So like, what's your like? So, I guess what I'm trying to get to is like, what's your process when you're making your music, when you're writing your music? Do you feel like you have to like, I don't know, do you need like a certain recipe for you to make this music? And
I don't think so. Like, I usually choose the production that I hear words on, and you know that align with where I'm at at that particular moment. I might just be on some shit where I want to pop my shit and show niggas that I rap better, or I might be on some female shit. Like, you know, I just pick the beats that I hear words on, and yeah, it's really no process. You know what I mean? Like I don't. It's not premeditated. I don't write a rap and then try to find a beat that fits it. Like, you know, it's just all pretty much constructed.
But like right now, being from Harlem, do you feel like you have to stick to a specific sound? Or
Nah.
do you feel like you just
Like
you got your
yeah, like
you
I'm
know?
not that type of person. Like I don't like if somebody like even like if somebody is wearing something, I'll stop wearing it because I don't want to wear what everybody wearing. So I don't think like that. Like you know what I mean? Like my sound is my sound. It just so happened to be very Harlem, and you know I can't change who I am and you know what I know. I mean I can change it, but this is just me. You know what I mean? Like it's not I'm not like I don't feel like if I experiment and do different sounds that I'm selling out.
Nah.
You know what I mean? I don't think like that. And I think if you do, you kind of boxing yourself in and putting a ceiling on yourself.
Yeah, for sure. There's nothing wrong with like trying different things, you know. But like New York is super competitive, you know. So how do you feel about the state of music out here right now?
I think it's cool. You got a bunch of different sounds that's out. You know, I like what Benny and Griselda and Conway and them is doing. You know, they bringing like the real rap shit back to the forefront. But you know, there's different. You know, I like it. I don't have nothing bad to say. No
I think
complaints.
it's kind of interesting about them because they're from Buffalo, right?
Yeah,
Which is like I'm not from New York, so that's like but that's outside the city, right?
yeah. That's how. Yeah, yep.
But like they getting it in out here, which isn't that?
I mean,
rare, or,
Buffalo
like,
is New York, so
Yeah.
you know, we claim them as ours. You know,
of course.
definitely.
Clearly, like that's crazy because honestly, I feel like they sort of just broke out of nowhere, but stayed with the same sound, and I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Like they just came through with the same sound all the way through and didn't change nothing. And talked about all those bricks and all that shit,
Yeah.
and still made it. You know, ended
Yeah,
up getting signed with Rock, like right, Rock Nation, isn't that?
Yeah, they got some. I'm not sure, like, but I know they
a
got some
partnership
type
or
of
something like that?
situation. Yeah, but you know, there's a market for everything. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of, you know, creating that platform and servicing it the right way to where, you know, people can receive it. You know what I mean? There's still people that's attached to that lifestyle, that's in that lifestyle, or, you know somebody that done dealt with some of those things. So, you know what I mean? It's just, I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm just happy. You know what I mean? That the real rap shit is being brought back when people were saying like, yo, bro, that 90s boom bap shit is over, bro. Like,
Nah.
nigga, we the new niggas is whatever. Like,
Nah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
It
I'm just
took
happy.
a little while.
Yeah.
It took a little longer.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean,
Sometimes it take time. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. Like 50 said something one time. He was like, yo, the music shit is like a big clock. Like, it's always gonna come back around. So I feel like maybe right now is that time where lyrics is being a thing again.
I
know
think
what
the
I mean?
90s altogether, like, is coming back right now, too.
Yeah, and it's not even a thing of like trying to recreate the 90s shit. Like people think that people always want to say like, yo, that 90s boom bap shit. I don't even think it's us trying to recreate that. It's just we want to get it back to a space where lyrics matter and there's substance behind what you're saying. It just doesn't sound good. You know what I mean? There's a lot of songs that I like that I don't necessarily understand or know what they saying, but it sounds good. And I feel like that's what's I don't know. Like I just
That's sort of interfering with the.
exactly.
It's sort of saturating the realness.
Exactly.
So with that being said, you do your projects. You got your hands on everything.
Yeah.
So tell me how that process is for you as an artist to be involved in everything. Because most people just rap or they just shoot videos or they just, you are involved in everything. Even ever since we've been
Yeah.
working together, like you always been, working with Sai, like you always involved in this,
Yeah. I think that came from a lot of that came from me not like I learned how to shoot my own. Like when I was younger, I ain't have no money to go to the studio.
Yeah.
So I bought my own equipment. I ain't have no money to, like directors was charging $1,500, $2,500, whatever it was. I'm like, I'm gonna buy my own camera. You know what I
For
mean?
that, you might as well. You can.
Yeah. So
did.
I learned how to edit. And then I didn't have no money to pay for artwork. I learned how to do artwork. You know what I mean? I was doing my own cover art. And I think those things just came from me not wanting to wait on nobody and me using what I had, which was like the will to want to know, like, cause I'm so like particular with how I want things. It's like, all right, let me learn how to, how you could tell somebody like, yo, bro, take this shot out, move this around, but sometimes people don't know how to articulate that.
Exactly.
So I felt the best way for me was
Just by
let me
learning
do it
and straight
myself.
up doing it.
You know what I mean? And so
Self-taught.
now it's just like it's like second nature. I don't even look at it as, yo, I got my hands in everything. It's just like that's just who I am. I'm just super particular with how I want to be seen or come across or like be perceived. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. Like,
No, that's real. But you also got your team, right?
yeah, definitely.
FWM.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain to me, or tell me, what is the dynamic with that? I guess.
Well, so we kind of it started as music. You know what I mean? Initially, that's our passion, and then but I also created this name knowing that there's many things that we can do under this umbrella. You know what I mean? So ultimately, like, I just wanted to be a powerhouse, whether it be media, whether it be music, clothing.
Just do it all.
Exactly, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy. My father rides dirt bikes and shit. You know what I mean? And he said some shit one day. He was like, FWM, Family Money Motocross. And it was like, oh shit, like it's so many ways that we could take it.
Yep.
But yeah, ultimately, like I just wanted to be a powerhouse. It's not, I don't want to stick strictly to music when it comes to that imprint.
So who is part of FWM exactly?
The artist,
Yeah, who's the
Just,
artist?
you got my man Just from Brooklyn, Juice from the Bronx, TM from Harlem, Grand from upstate, and I think that's it. It's 5 of us.
It's probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
5 of us.
that's fire, yo. So as far as music goes, what's your favorite type of music to make?
Shit, that's tricky.
You said you make music for everybody and everything, but
my
when
favorite.
when you get in your bag, what
I think
kind of music are you making?
I think my favorite kind of music to make is just me like talking my shit, me popping my shit.
Like, I feel like everybody from Harlem's mad flossy and always
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta everybody from Harlem
That slick,
look
witty
good.
talk,
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? I think that's my favorite. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
that's fire.
Definitely.
What artists have you worked with coming up?
Shit. A lot of people don't know this. I did a record with Capone from CNN when I was like fucking
CNN what?
15 or some shit like that.
Holy shit.
Cam.
Cam. Oh shit.
Yeah. Shit, it's Fetty Wap. I mean, coming up or
just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you meet people, you work with them, you network.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, that list is long, man. Like
Yeah.
I've been blessed
I'm sure you
enough
can
for
go.
people to of that magnitude to just respect what I do and appreciate what I do enough to just be like, yo, let's do some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been working with Jim, like, and me and Jim got about 4 records. And this is just like over the past like 2-3 months.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So we work and they all produced by heat makers.
Heat makers making a
Yeah.
comeback.
Yeah, so
That's
it's like,
crazy.
you know what I mean? So it's just, the list is long and I appreciate it, but, you know,
Well, I mean, they obviously have a lot of respect for you because they give you that platform, and
Yeah,
they know,
definitely.
everybody knows their value in that
Exactly.
aspect in that world. You know.
Exactly.
You know.
Yep.
So, do you feel like hip hop is taking a more positive turn right now? Like, you think it's getting better, or you think it's getting like going downhill as a whole?
Better, as in what?
Because it goes up and down. You know, sometimes music is trash. There's some periods of time when music is trash, and then maybe
Yeah.
summer comes and you got like
No,
couple fire hits.
I think there's more.
like-
I think there's quality music out there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think people are more aware, and they're more aware of what they're saying and the message that they putting into the music. I
Yeah.
feel like, you know what I mean. Like, even to go back to the Benny shit, like it's a lot of the thing that I like about Benny is like his perspective. Because even though it's drug shit, he say things like, but burdens come with it. You know what I mean? And that shit that niggas that they might bypass and they don't really like let sink in. You know what I mean? It's not just nigga I sold 90 bricks, nigga.
They don't talk about the consequences.
Exactly.
Like that.
You know what I mean? So even that is like, I feel like that's consciousness, and you explaining, you aware about. I mean, you putting it out there, so people know, like, you're aware of your message and what you're trying to say is what I mean.
Yeah, it says a lot about the person too.
Exactly.
Like, if they just conscious about their music and what they're saying and put it out there, like,
Because
you know,
it's all perspective. Like, everything is perspective. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, if I rob a bank, niggas would be like, yo, bro, that nigga's bugging. But if I go and I'm like, yo, but my daughter she was sick and I needed money for her medicine and I needed to rob that bank. The perspective is a little different, and people would be like, oh, okay, I get it. You know what I mean?
you
I
also got
probably would do the same
But
thing.
you got the choice also to talk about which perspective you want to talk about.
Of course.
You can
Of
talk about how
course.
you robbed the bank and that was it, and this happened, this and that.
Of course, but
Or
if you
can-
give that full perspective,
Yeah.
the way you know what I mean, that's what
But
matters.
Some rappers don't. A lot of rappers ain't doing that right
They
now.
not. They not.
And I was having a conversation with somebody else earlier about hip hop right now, and they were saying like all the music there's no like it's not like there's like like it used to be like New York, Atlanta, California, like everything's melded up into one sound.
Yeah.
So they don't really like music right now because they can't pick. They don't know what
Yeah.
they're listening to.
Yeah.
Like they listen to somebody who's from
I
Atlanta who sounds like they're from
I
New
could
York.
say that I
or-
don't like that.
Yeah, like
I don't like that about like the state of music. Like I want, and I'm not saying that I want New York people to stay like conform to this sound, but there is some type of like, what's the word? I don't want to use the wrong word, but
pride. I think.
exactly 100%. There's a pride when I hear like when I hear YG.
Yeah.
And I say, oh, this nigga music is L.A. When I go to L.A., I want to play YG.
You appreciate it
I want to
like
play
that.
Nipsey.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you come to New York, we need music that feels like New York. When you go to Atlanta, we went to Atlanta probably like, I think last time we went was like 2010 or some shit. And
Yeah.
we in a cab and they playing a whole bunch of Atlanta shit that we never heard, but it felt like this is what we supposed to be
Yeah, like,
listening
that's the
to.
vibe.
Like, it created that ambiance for us where it's like, nah, we in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like,
Versus
and I
where
feel,
it's like everywhere you go, like you in Boston, you in New York, and you hear the same songs.
yeah, and they
like,
all sound the
they all
same.
the
It's
same
like,
shit,
yeah,
But like,
yeah, that's what, yeah.
yeah, I think that's huge. Like people, I mean,
The identity.
yeah, that's the word.
That's the word. The identity.
That's the word.
We need that identity.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like, it's fine. It's cool to experiment.
Yeah,
But, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to make no song like I'm from LA. And if I do, I definitely would feature somebody from LA.
from LA.
Because I ain't trying to steal that sound.
Nah.
You know what I mean? This is homage to that
Yeah.
sound. So let me go snatch somebody that's from LA and, you know what I mean? So that's
That's
definitely-
more realistic,
Yeah.
I guess. But with the internet, you can't even be mad because
Yeah.
people can just make a song overnight, send a couple DMs, make a connection, whatever, make this or whatever song.
But
they
the
want, whatever
internet is
sound.
kind of to blame for that shit too. Because...
saturation.
Yeah, but the platform, like just like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, like there's no line for New York. There's no line for like LA, Atlanta. This shit is all together now. A nigga from Atlanta could just be like tuned into everything about this New York artist and vice versa. Where like back in the days when we didn't have that, we didn't have the internet as much. We just knew what we was around and what we was familiar with.
But something that we always had was numbers.
Numbers as far as what?
Like followers, MySpace friends,
Yeah.
listens, sound, like, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
even on MySpace, I wasn't coming across like it wasn't like. I feel like me personally on MySpace, I was seeing niggas from my hood on MySpace.
Yeah.
I wasn't seeing like too many Atlanta, like it just, I feel like Instagram and Twitter and all that shit made it a little crazier.
It definitely did.
You know what I mean? Where everybody is like, it's like a big melting pot. Everybody is together. So,
Well,
you know.
everybody's watching each other. That's the thing.
But there's pros and cons to that. You know what I mean? Like,
Algorithms is what I call them.
exactly.
Because that's all it is.
Exactly.
And they can, you know, same thing with Facebook and all that.
Yep.
Like, So with that being said, and we're talking about keeping the sound New York, I heard that it was New York Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm.
And you had some fun?
Yeah, I did, man. I did. That was my first time.
You
Yo,
want to tell us a little bit about this Fashion Week, your first Fashion
yeah,
Week?
man. Shout out to Darucci Leather. That was my first time walking like in a fashion show.
So what do you call it? You like walking on the runway? That's what.
Yeah, like it's called a runway. Yeah, it's like
Okay.
you know, like when you do the model shit, they got that long stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my first time like
What was you
walking the
wearing?
runway. I had on like it was to showcase their jackets.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I had on my regular clothes, but just to showcase the jackets. That was really the point. But I had fun though. I got to get my modeling shit up because like I modeled many times though, but like photo shoots.
Yeah.
Like photo
Not
photography, not walking. Yeah. And then it ain't help. Like it's so crazy.
Like in speed.
Yeah,
What happened?
I was telling my manager, I'm like, yo, I was about to come out and walk. And I'm like, yo, this nigga Dave East was sitting right in the front. That's my man. And I'm like, yo, this nigga gonna say some shit and fuck me up. Like I already knew. As soon as I came out there, the nigga was screaming my government name. You fucked me up. I was trying to have my game face on, and it was like, oh man, but and every time I was coming past him, he'd do it. It was like him, Uncle Murder, Mano. I'm like, oh man. But
that's crazy. You had like, what was it, just one? You just like mad jackets or like?
yeah, we switched through like 3 looks. Yeah, so
You like that?
yeah,
Like
it was
the
cool,
fucking
man.
Fashion Week shit?
Yeah, it was
You fuck with
cool.
it?
Like, yeah, I definitely, it's something new for me, but I always knew that I had a look that was distinctive and, you know, I can do more than just rapping. So, you know, it's just a matter of me taking advantage of that, you know what I mean, and really capitalizing on my brand.
Yeah, that's kind of stepping out of the box too. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like that's not. I mean, I'm sure you used to being on stage and like
Yeah.
rapping on stage, but like,
And
know-
it just really brings like different. It just creates a bigger audience and a bigger platform for your brand. You know what I mean? Like I modeled for Gucci. Like you know what I mean? I did Adidas. I did like a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? And these relationships coincide. They end up working for my music. You know what I mean? So it works. You know what I mean? I do like it.
so clearly you're into fashion though.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
I see what you got on right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
I don't have that on, but
I mean,
I aspire
you
to.
got your Yeezys on.
Yeah, they alright though, but I ain't seen anybody with those.
Yeah, he's Alexander Wang, Adidas.
Yeah,
Collab.
that's a collab. Yeah, that's some
Yeah,
crazy shit.
definitely.
Appreciated. But can you tell me like what got you into fashion and what like you got an eye? You obviously have an eye for fashion and pieces, you know, outfits. Like what got you into that shit?
I don't know. Like,
Is it just being from Harlem, or you
it
just
might be.
Or does everybody got the same fashion sense as you out there?
no,
What you
I
trying to
don't
say?
think so. I think there's people that's. I don't think so. Like, I think being from Harlem definitely played a major part of it. I want to say even like Dipset, you know what I mean? Like they kind of came with this style that they used to have jackets and jeans and boots and sneakers and shit that I never seen.
Leathers.
Yeah, and it was like I was like, yo, what the fuck is those sneakers? What's that jacket? What's the? And I was on I was on Google trying to find certain things.
The
and
Timbs.
yeah,
American flag
you know what I mean.
shit.
And that might have influenced like how I am now. Like I said,
Yeah.
like if niggas is wearing something, I don't want to wear it.
Yeah,
You know
I remember
what I mean?
that
I
was
don't want to
that's
look like people.
See, that's something that you definitely carried on. Like I sort of like, cause I used to be like that when I was like really, really going hard with like the sneakers and shit.
Yeah.
But like, it sort of faded away. But now then it sort of regenerated back. Because now I feel like you gotta really now I feel like I just like appreciate what I want and what I like, and I just wear that shit. And whether it don't really matter. Just I don't know. It's different now. I used to be dressing for everybody else. What I'm saying. Now it's just for myself, and this sort of like that sort of like trains your brain to like how you.
Yeah, me too. Like when I
know?
used to get dressed, I used to be like, nah, I ain't gonna wear this. This look crazy. Niggas are gonna laugh at me. I look crazy. Now I don't care.
No,
like,
because people are gonna be take your style. That's how you make your style, your own style.
Exactly.
You learn that over time.
And
you know?
the crazy shit is like I could do something that's so minor and just see everybody start doing it. It's weird. And it's so much. It's like on a minor level, but it's crazy. You know what I mean? But
you ever feel like that sort of trickles into like music too?
Definitely.
Like, obviously with the sound, but like
definitely.
You ever feel like you ever hear somebody and you're like, yo, this sort of sounds like like my shit.
Definitely. Like, that's why I don't be like when I go to studios with rappers and shit. I don't like to play my music. I don't like to send it. You know what I mean? Like I don't, cause niggas be doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
and niggas.
The sound travels, man. I heard about people talk about you on the Cape.
Word. That's fine. Shout out to Cape.
Like,
shout out to Cape. It's Cape Car, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Cape Car. Yeah.
There, son. I swear to God, I swear to you, people be like, yo, you know, Dub from this block.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that shit still.
How you know him?
That shit still be kind of shocking me, man. Like even one year we went to Texas for South by Southwest, and somebody was like, "Yo, you Dub, all right?" He's like, "Yo, I'm from Houston. I fuck with your shit." And I was like, "Damn, I ain't never even been to Houston."
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what I mean? That shit still shocked me. Even like, I was on 125th one day early in the morning with my little brother, and this guy did the same thing. He was like, "Oh shit, like yo, Dub, all right, like yo," and he ended up telling me that he was from London. And I was like, damn, like that shit really be traveling, and there's people that's in tune. You know what I mean?
You feel like New York sort of is incorporating that London sound these days?
Yeah.
You remember Dipset SAS?
Yeah, those my niggas. Like if y'all go back to my old project, Family Money Music, I got a song with them. Shout out to them. Those my niggas.
I heard. Is it correct? Like they got kicked out of the U.S. I
don't know.
What I read is that they got kicked out of the U.S. Like they was in the U.S. and they can't never come back to the U.S. again.
Word? Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. I'm gonna ask them. Those my niggas. I fuck with them.
Yo.
Word.
And I feel like they had the first like not grime sound, but they was the first like London niggas that were like or UK
nah, them niggas was rapping like New York niggas.
I know, but they was getting burned out here.
Yeah, hell yeah. But they wasn't sounding like London niggas.
No, they sounded like London niggas trying to rap like New York niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Them niggas is nice.
They was nice. I didn't say they wasn't nice.
No.
Yo.
No.
I didn't say they wasn't nice. Nah. But so outside of making music, what are you doing? Like, I know that you dabble in a little bit of graphic design and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So, what you doing anything outside of the rapping right now, or is your focus just rap right now?
My focus right now is just like the music. You know what I mean? I feel like I spent enough time like overthinking and trying to make things perfect. You know what I mean? Or what's perfect to me. And, you know, all that did was kind of hold me back and, you know, keep me stagnant a little bit. You know what I mean? I always record, I always write, but I wasn't being as productive as far as releasing music. No music out and people were still checking. And I get more resourceful and I built new relationships, and people of different statures is reaching out like, yo, bro, you got it. Like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying?
So you recently put out this new video.
Yeah.
Tell me about this video. This
Breathe.
is I watched it this morning at like 4 a.m, son. But I feel like I heard this song before. Maybe I just heard it from watching your post on. But I was like, yo, this is some fire. What inspired that song? It sound familiar? It sound like some Harlem shit?
Yeah, that sample was from Fab. That's Fab shit, Breathe.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. It wasn't really no real thought behind it. I recorded that in Boston.
Really?
Like
Where? Where was you in Boston? You came to you heard?
Damn. I was at Surefire Studios.
Okay.
I don't know if that's in Lowell.
It's probably in Lowell. That's where all the studios is at.
Yeah. I recorded that shit at like 8 a.m.
What?
Word. I ain't even write it. I was like in the booth, like kind of piecing it together, and I don't know. Like I fucked with it. Like soon as I did it, I was like, yo, this got some energy with it, and it's like, yo, I'm gonna put this shit out, and then they was fucking with it. Like, man, shoot a video.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Fuck it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like you're a very like visual person. Like like visuals and aesthetics a lot. You know, that's like you shoot pictures too, right? You're
Yeah.
like sort of like dabbling in photography too.
Yeah, I be doing mad at that shit, man. I just know a lot about a lot of shit. I mean, I know what I know, you know what I mean? And yeah, I know how to work the camera shit, engineer myself, all that shit.
That's fire. Cause I mean, not everybody can do that shit.
Yeah.
You know? It's hard. You know?
I mean, and it works out for me because, you know, if I work with a photographer, I could be like, yo, the picture don't look good. Or not, I won't say look good, but yo, try to do this or put it in this setting because I know, or even with engineers, like, yo, add this effect on my voice, yo, put this on there for me. And I know the exact terms to tell them where it's not like, you know what I mean? So it definitely worked out for me.
Yeah, you ever feel weird telling people, like, having it rather than, like, that's the thing, like, I feel like when you learn how to do it yourself, it's because you get tired of telling people how you want your shit to sound, right? You
Yeah.
ever feel like people who want to engineer your shit, you ever feel weird telling them, like, how
Well, I
you
mean,
want
for
your
me,
music?
I didn't learn because I was tired of telling people. I learned because I had to learn.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
for me, like, that's what I needed to do to stay consistent and record. Like I said, like, I wasn't going to studios. I was recording myself. And I was doing shit like playing, like, Hove shit or Ross. Like, yo, how do they make this shit sound like this? And I was just staying at it until I learned. But, I don't feel weird about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they should be okay with me knowing how I want to sound. You know what I mean? And me knowing the exact terms to navigate it and be like, yo, do it like this.
That's even better. I mean, because when you get in studio time, that shit costs money, so
Hell yeah.
it actually even might
Like,
be even
there's been mad times where I done recorded at like Quad and the big studios, and
Yep.
I left with the session and mixed it in my crib.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it
Yeah,
happens.
like,
yeah.
I mean, I guess it's good it looks good on the resume when you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You say you recorded in these big studios, but everybody knows, I mean, if you don't know by now, you can make a great song in your own fucking,
Yeah.
like, you can make a great song in the hotel, in the
Yeah.
studio,
Yeah.
or in your bedroom. It doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And, like, it's been done before. Like,
Yep.
you know, like, people
Yep.
make music in their rooms, in their hotels, in their studios all the time,
Mm-hmm.
on the road, tour bus, all that.
Yep. Can't wait to get my setup. Nigga, be recording in the motherfucking Uber. Everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just make it happen.
Wow.
I was going to ask you, are you gonna come to the Cape?
Yeah, I mean, let's do it.
Are you gonna come perform for the people?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Let's get with some promoters or something, with somebody that.
Ain't no promoters. We right here. We the
All
promoters.
right, well, we found a venue. Let's do it, man. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Thanks, Dub. This is Low Key Trash. Thank you for pulling up.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
Of course, you know we go way back.
Definitely.
Like,
Yeah, Silas was around, man, when I was
Silas.
super young, man, shooting all my.
How did you even like? How did y'all make that relationship? How'd that relationship even come?
Yeah,
Like what?
I don't even remember.
You know what happened?
Oh,
Ski trip.
ski trip. Yeah, that's the ski. Yo, that fucking ski trip was crazy, man. Shit.
The
It was
footage.
like me, Tiana, Taylor, fucking
Square
Corey,
Off.
Square Off. Yo, that shit was crazy, man. Yeah, we was young. We was like 17, 18, some shit. Or yeah, I think we met there, and then we stayed in contact.
That's fire. That's
Hell
that's
yeah.
real networking. This is years later. That's like how long ago was that?
Shit, it was like 10 years. Like
that's
yeah,
crazy,
over 10
man.
years. Yep.
You know what
Hell
I'm
yeah, that's
saying?
crazy. Yep.
Like that's crazy, and everybody's grew. That's fire.
Yeah.
Thanks for pulling up, man.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having
it,
me,
though.
man. You already.
This is Low Key Trash.
Low key trash. You rappers is low
You here
key
with Dub?
trash.
I'm Berg. Low Key Trash.